You're watching the Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic. In fact, he was on my program. I first met him about 6 years ago. He is the busiest person around in his area, probably has placed more small diameter implants more than just about anybody in the world. With us, we have Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
And I'm trying not to endorse you, but the fact is, I guess there's maybe only one other guy that has done more mini implants than you have.
This is true. I view him as a mentor. He's also a dear friend and 10 years older than me, so I feel like I might catch him.
But that's what you say,
later.
you're going to catch him.
Yes, sir.
So, and I know you brought a stack of photos. So,
That's right.
So we're going to try to get to as many of those as possible.
Wonderful.
But for people that don't know your center, the Dental Implant Center, who's the typical patient?
We treat everybody. The youngest patient I've seen is 13 years old, and the oldest right now is a male patient at 94. So everybody in between.
94?
Ministers.
Why would a 94 want to do this?
This is a quality of life issue. Think about what you're doing at that age. It's going to church and then having some socialization. So it's the meal after church. It's having a time to spend grandkids. Everything's based around eating, biting, chewing, mealtime, and really that quality of life moment of you don't want to have an embarrassment. You don't want to have anything that might get loose or rock. And who's a bigger critic than kiddos? They just don't have a filter.
Yeah.
Embarrassing moment with the grandkids, or having to struggle with a denture that floats around in a cup at night and they come running into your bedroom in the morning. All of those things are things of the past with our implants. Sort of dentures, and the future of dentures is pretty grim when we look at how
so
implants.
No more dentures.
Man, it's great on 8. It's 10's a win. These new techniques I'm excited to share with you today.
And we're going to get into these photos in just a second because they're pretty dramatic. You were showing me in the green room, but you were kind of born into, like, your father is kind of a dental implant pioneer, a legend, so to speak. Dental implant royalty. A guy named Dr. Todd Shakin said, do you know who his dad is?
That's funny.
So apparently, so you, and I asked you in the green room, and you said, you've been doing an implant dentist since you were 17 years old.
My first implant experience was packing them in my summer when I was 16, and my second, the summer when I was 17, I earned sort of the trust of the doctor and the company. Videoed an implant surgery that I wasn't aware because the patient had a drape around it and privacy rules, and I was holding the most expensive camera I'd ever touched in my life, a 17-year-old and a $7,000 camera. After the surgery was complete, they pulled the drape off of the patient, and it was my grandfather.
Wow.
Our relationship changed dramatically. I didn't know that he wasn't just sort of maybe a little more gruff. He's certainly the tough grandparent, and we worked for him in summers. We lived in Oklahoma, so it was ranch hands and all this stuff, and picking vegetables in the garden. Granddad was good and hard from that great generation. He was a Navy veteran, served and was out to sea during Pearl Harbor. So what happened whenever he emerged from having that drape on him and had his implant procedure done, I was just a videographer. I wasn't the implant surgeon at 17, but his life changed.
So he had what, a denture before, or just bad teeth?
He had bad teeth. He had a denture on one arch, so he had kind of complex problems. I watched the surgery and was amazed because I was sort of on the medical route in my mind, but what we could do with very minimal impact for the patient. The mouth doesn't even really bleed. It's just one of these things that's simple and easy, an experience for the patient that was that fast. The next Sunday, he joins us for the first time after church to go to buffet with the family, to hang out together. And we started a relationship that we were roommates on a family vacation one time. Him at 84 and me at 18. It was the perfect odd couple.
He can eat whatever he wants, or you still have to be a little careful?
No, he went straight to...
At that age, you could still eat whatever?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the fun part of life at that age. Like, get out, get with a family. You've had this wonderful big family.
With these small diameter or mini implants.
Correct.
What I mean is you could still eat a steak, you could eat whatever.
No limits.
Some of look, I've had dentists on the program, they say, I don't know if they're big enough. But you guys statistically have proved that they're...
Success rates with the big, scary, multiple part implants are the same as our smaller, more minimally invasive. So we have a little joke, have a model, and I do both different implants. You could get the big implants in my office if you want. This model is a model of a jawbone, and it says, and here's the hole you have to make for the big implant. Here's the hole you have to make for the mini implant. Do you want a big hole in your head, or do you want a little hole in your head? I'd take the little hole personally, especially with the same success.
Good. Good for you. Now, you brought photos.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about these. What are we looking at?
So the first one I'd like to share with you, here in Charleston, we call it Rainbow Row. Rainbow Row is a tourist area. It's right on the Battery, and folks go down there. It's $1 million homes lined up with all the history. They are painted different pastel colors.
Okay.
Sometimes we see smiles that come in with different colors around the front 6 teeth. So we call those Rainbow Row cases, and it's not the colors of the rainbow, but you can have 5, 6 different shades of white with an old crown here,
and that's what we're looking at right here.
So the top before picture that you see there, the Rainbow Row picture, is different shades of white that we can correct for patients. Patients are in control. One beautiful set of teeth. You can't even tell which tooth is the implant there and which teeth are the natural teeth we put beautiful crowns on. So looks natural, feels natural. And it's one of these things where locally we're not wanting to go with a bunch of different colors of pastels, going with perfect white. Hey, Randy, let me show you this other patient.
All right.
We call this the glass ceiling case. He's got a glass ceiling case because he works in hospitality. He comes in our office, and I'm sorry, some of these photos are a little striking. The before picture shows where he was when we met him. Some bottom teeth issues certainly in place, and missing teeth on the top. In hospitality in Charleston, there are high-end hotels that you're interacting with very affluent clients. And his management had pushed him to the back room, and literally his teeth were preventing him from earning the salary that he deserves.
That's what he thought.
Very articulate. No, he's put together. He's a very articulate guy, comes in sharp as a tack. When we started to make some decisions about fixing his smile, his salary after getting the smile fixed with us, and you see that after.
Nice.
3 times what he made with the glass ceiling over his head with the smile holding it back. His teeth were literally costing him money.
Okay.
Our reality is he comes in every 6 months. We check up the hygiene. He comps us every time my wife and I go to his hotel and go to the restaurant bar. So literally these cases, if you let your teeth hold you back, you're also...
So basically, with his new smile, his confidence went up.
That's
his charisma went up. So that's why he's making more money.
Now he can be in the front, up to manager. Now he can be managing not just a night shift.
So he tells
guy.
You this. I mean, he says, I'm making more money because of my new smile.
3 times what I made before I had this smile fixed up. So now this is not only an investment in now, but in your future. It makes us so happy to be able to do these kind of cases for patients and hear these success stories about not just healthy eating, biting and eating and chewing, but how it brings your inner self out. And then you're off to the races in your career, in your life.
It's nice.
Absolutely.
And and by the way, what's the time frame? Like if somebody's watching this today, if everything goes right, maybe they're in their 70s, how soon do they get their new teeth?
The fastest we can get a patient from beginning to end is the folks with no teeth, because we get out of not having to worry about any healing time. The gum is already mature and the bone is ready. 4 visits, but the second time we see them, if they're all ready to go and there's a financial component, we want to have them do some homework, get the financing in place. From visit number 1, when we get the plan put together, visit number 2, they can have their teeth placed and seated. And visit number 3, we give the look, so they tell us if they love the look. Delivered on visit number 4 under 2 months, but most importantly, the second time we see them, they have their teeth secure.
So again, they're watching this.
Yes, sir.
Maybe on Friday or at the end of the week, they could have their new teeth.
That's correct.
Is that right? And they don't come in and out?
It's a free consult.
Okay.
So you come in my office for a free consult. We want to tell you your options, let you decide between some different options, and they have different price points. But at the end, when you decide, if you're that sort of definitive person, you come in. We have discounts for cash, so somebody wants to...
You have military discounts, too.
We have great military discounts.
That's nice.
My father being in the military, he was in the Air Force. I was born on a military base. We spoke about my grandfather who's in the Navy. We saw in my office last week a 94-year-old who was in World War II, served under General Patton.
Wow.
He's there with his caregiver. He's there with his daughter, and his dental needs, military discount for sure.
And now he has new teeth.
We're starting his case now, so second visit, the next time I see him in the office, we'll head towards giving him seated teeth in his mouth, and he deserves it, doesn't he?
Very nice.
Big
Very
time.
Nice. Good for
I want to show you this third one.
All right.
And everyone comes in our office and says they have the worst smile. I have the worst teeth you've ever seen.
Do they say that a lot?
I hear that a lot. It's so far from the truth. We don't judge in our practice. We understand there's a life out there, other things that take our attention.
Well, is it true, like most of these people, they just don't ever smile?
That's right.
Like, so you don't even know that this? Because I've never seen anything like this.
If you have friends that cover their mouth or kind of speak with very tight lips, they've programmed.
They're hiding something.
They're hiding. And sometimes on the men, you see these facial hair with mustaches and beards all grown out, and they're using that to cover their teeth.
You can spot it.
Miles away.
Okay.
And actually, the honest truth is, so can all your buddies. And the truth is, come in, let's get you fixed up, get you right back where you want. Most importantly for this guy, though, if you look at him, he has a bulldog bite. He bites like an English bulldog. If you've seen
The underbite.
the little underbite with the bottom teeth in front, what hurt the bigger picture for him was it was hurting his digestion, it was hurting his nutrition, it's hurting his jaw, so he was having a TMJ jaw pain. Whenever we fixed his teeth, we put the top teeth in the right position on the front, the bottom teeth were behind and where they should be, so it's efficient tearing for meats and steaks, efficient grinding in the back for nutritious foods like salads and vegetables. He got to go off of his GI and his stomach acid medicine because we fixed the nutrition component. We got the teeth working right. So big pieces of food he was swallowing are now smaller pieces of food, and your body can absorb those better. So he's off of a lot of those medicines that have horrible side effects and much, much healthier. So his teeth are the things that made him healthy.
Good.
Pretty impressive. I want to show you this next one if I can. We have a patient that I asked to smile before we started her case, and she had, just like our previous mention, tight lips. We couldn't get her to smile.
Smiling with the mouth closed.
Told my best jokes, everything short of tickling her, I did to try to get her to smile.
Your best jokes, and you couldn't get a smile
flat.
out of her.
They fell flat, buddy.
Okay.
So what we ended up doing is having a discussion with her, and let's get the implants done. Let's get your smile fixed. And her husband was the cutest. I saw him the first visit, and then he just had an aversion to the dental office. I mean, it's still dentistry, so he waited in his car for her other visits as he drove her to the appointment. The second time I saw him, she had had her teeth seated, so it was 4 visits later. She went out to the car, and they both charged back in, and he is ecstatic. He's almost happier than she is.
Okay.
So they tell stories together now that they're out with her friends. You can see her outfit in the before picture. She does have the little lower upside down smile, we call it, where the bottom lips are turned down, and she's dressed very drably, almost in the gray kind of an outfit.
Okay.
I think of her like winter before, and then when you transition into spring. Every time I saw her,
It's a pretty smile.
In our
and those are
outfits.
mini implants? You're able to
Those are
support
mini.
a full arch of teeth on these mini
Anchored
implants?
teeth in her mouth, eating and chewing what she wants, and she just bloomed like a flower. There isn't a time I've not seen her in amazing colors, and her way she dresses matches her personality now. So a completely different person, and her husband saw it instantly. So it's also important for spouses, because who's doing all the cooking? If she can't eat and she's doing cooking and picking softer foods, then now spouses, husbands are stuck eating grits and porridge and things that aren't that great week in and week out.
Do you believe that people with bad teeth are kind of judged a little bit?
So they have to be. You look at eyes and then you look at teeth, or in my world, you look at teeth and then you look at eyes. So that can be not only a socioeconomic limitation for a patient, but also a limit of confidence, of being able to go out. They literally can become hermits. And now with ordering
They've
all
told
of,
you that?
all of our food at home, I don't go out anymore. I don't socialize with my friends. My social life is flat. And the difference afterwards, I mean, restaurants are opening again. It's a great time to jump back into the new norm after they have had their teeth fixed. Social butterflies, social bees. I do want to share you this
let's
one.
take a look.
Wouldn't recommend it to everybody, but she actually fired her medical doctor. If you look at the before photo, she came in, and I don't know if it was just something that maybe she'd even given up on her own health. There's a nasal cannula in there, so kind of on oxygen, and walks in rolling this thing. When we make a decision to do care, and they have some health history issues, we call the medical doctor and say we want to get permission, clearance to do this dentistry. The first medical doctor we contacted said, no, I don't believe that that's an idea that she should have the anesthesia, she should have an implant placed, any of that. She took it as a personal offense because she wasn't done living. She's not done with her life. Made these great positive changes over about a 3-month period, fired the old medical doctor who she said kind of gave up on her, and went to go have, after some specialty care and things, another assessment, a health check.
Yeah.
The new medical doctor said, I believe you should have this done. It's something you seem very dedicated to have doing. And with that permission on her health, if you look at that picture, This is not even the same human being.
Looks good.
We had her for a party for one of our patient appreciation meals. She won a prize. She's out in the back eating from the food truck. She was literally the center of attention, and the cameraman wouldn't get off of her when we shot our commercials.
That's very, very nice. We have medical doctors. For 22 years I've been interviewing medical doctors. And these integrative medicine doctors, the functional medicine doctors, this is now their standard of care. They say, look, if you've got bad teeth, bacterial infection in your mouth, get them out, get a new set of teeth supported by implants. In this case, mini implants.
It's all connected. You're exactly right.
Interesting. Yeah, because they're now this has become mainstream.
That's right. It's all connected, certainly. Your teeth is the gateway to your nutrition and your health. And the reason we want to show these cases, Randy, is I'm flabbergasted. Literally, 2 weeks ago, a patient came in and said, I've been watching your Wellness Hour. Dr. Gillespie, I've seen several of your episodes. I've seen them multiple times. I finally decided it was time for me to be one of your patients.
Okay.
So we have an open door policy. I want to make sure there's no limitations on our invitation. It is a free 30-minute consultation. When you come in our office, we will answer the 3 questions in your mind.
What are they?
Will it hurt? How long will it take? And how much?
Okay.
Most important one is how much. You will know when you leave.
And these mini implants are like a lot less than the regular implants.
It can be half the cost of the conventional implants, and in some cases even more, mattering on which option you select from us. So these 2 options that we're looking at and focusing on with Great on 8, 10's a win, life changers for the patient, and are the high end, they're cemented
When you
teeth.
call them Great on 8, the other on
10's a
10,
win.
these
Yes.
are talking about how many implants that the new teeth are supported
That's correct,
on.
but the new teeth are completely at the decision of the patient. I view myself, we're on the ship together, the patient's the captain.
Okay.
I'm down in the engine room shoveling the coal to say which direction do we want to go. But the fun part about this, and the honest truth is, dentistry has 2 different sides. There's the science side, and that's place the implants, the patients can be asleep during that visit, and then there's the art side, and the art is probably 80% of it. The science is
making
only
it look
20.
real, beautiful, or
Real,
whatever.
natural, exactly how the patient wants it. Dad's a dentist. He has patents in implant dentistry, but my mother was an artist, and I like to see a good mix of both ends up in both of her sons. So I'm constantly having more fun with the art. Obviously, the patient's asleep, so we talked about question 2,
So they're
is it gonna
IV
hurt?
sedated. And you say they have very little memory sometimes of the
Almost
whole
like
procedure?
Mr. Sandman, the old classic
Wake up with
song.
teeth?
Give me a dream, and you wake up with your smile fixed on the other side and don't remember any of the dental nuance.
When you're ever having a consult, like with some of these befores, they all have their stories.
Yes.
Their, what they can't eat and how it's hurting their self-esteem. Do you ever get excited, like thinking they have no idea how good this is going to be?
Almost every time in my mind,
Like you have to
I
fight back
see
smiling, like
this dental crystal ball of the vision, and I get excited about it because whenever I tell a patient this is going to be a great case, I already know I'm going to dote on it. I'm going to call the laboratory who makes the teeth for us and spend the time it's going to take to get it just right. This next one's a great example of that.
All right.
A lady came in and was actually missing one front tooth, and whenever we got her finished up, she couldn't stop smiling. It just is one of these simple things, and you can do a single tooth in our office with our financing for under $79 a month. So whenever you can finance something and make it that affordable, sky's the limit.
So people are financing this because
That's absolutely.
Medicare, Medicaid doesn't cover it. Best insurance in the world is only going to cover
That's right.
a
That's
max
right.
payout, a very small amount.
Whenever we run into making it affordable and doing what we can do, we offer the discounts for cash for our patients.
Okay.
We break up the payments, and now we're working with finance companies that will approve everybody. So don't worry. When you come in and have this little hiccup in your past, we'll find a way to work around it, get the number the best that we can, and pick the best care. What happens in the past is, here's the next one I want to share with you. This gentleman came in with old world dentistry. This is called a partial, something that comes in and out. A partial is essentially plastic and metal, all the way almost back to George Washington's wooden teeth, that hooks onto the teeth that you have left and causes them to fail. A partial denture kind of leads you secretly down the road to a complete denture. So this gentleman did the same thing we mentioned earlier. His facial hair and his mustache is all over the front of his teeth because there were some spaces and some
Hiding
issues.
it. Okay.
When we went to the Great on 8 for him, it was a quick and easy procedure, a great transition, and the biggest compliment to me was he did some little trimming around Yosemite Sam. So he didn't have that covering of his face, and he said the first steak he ate was the most delicious meal he's eaten in his entire life.
That's nice.
The guys just run straight to having steaks, and I don't blame him a bit. The next one I want to show you, I'll tell you, these can be business owners. So this wonderful lady came in. She's obviously dealing with her client. She's having that little interface. And when she's not happy, you know that has to affect
So that before photo,
sales.
that was her smiling.
That's her giving me her best shot.
Okay.
And imagine the interface with a client that comes in the door and sees that person. The change for her with displaying her teeth and really kind of her bubbly nature. It was laughs. It was all of a sudden this wit that I didn't know she had came out as a beautiful dry wit. She was the one telling the jokes at the end instead of me.
Now these, everybody you're showing me here, these are people that maybe if they went to the wrong place, they just would be in a regular denture. Is that why they go to you? That like they see you on TV or they Google you because you're all over the place on the internet, and they just say, "Look, I don't want a denture." Do they ever come in and just say, "Listen, I don't want a denture"?
Completely. Sometimes they've even tried it, and they thought, "Oh, I'll save a penny here, dollar there." At the upper, we have a situation where it can gag them. The plastic is too big, feels like it's constantly kind of choking, and on the lower. A lower denture is just a curse for patients because of how active the lip and the tongue are.
Yeah.
That bottom has nothing to hold on to. It is actually, in my opinion, substandard care to do a lower denture only. In our office, we want to do, and we do it very affordably. We finance it for $200 a month. If we get approved with our financing, you can do the lower for right around $200 a month and secure your bottom teeth with implants. That is a snap-in denture,
very nice.
but so much better than the other option. Let me show you this guy. He had one of these situations where in his youth, wasn't able to come into the dentist. His parents couldn't afford it. There was this sort of could only manage emergency stuff, so regular cleanings weren't something that was normal at all to him. And whenever it got to us, he was behind the 8 ball and had a situation where the teeth weren't in great shape and weren't real healthy. So we fixed his upper. The upper shows the best in those photos, moving him from an appliance he didn't like with the in and out into cemented upper teeth. And he's literally one of the favorite guys I see that walks in my office every time. We're now going to complete the lower. We just chest bump. He's about 2 feet taller than I am. I'm glad I made him happy, because if I didn't make him happy, I'd be in trouble.
So I mean, look, a big guy like that, I mean, he could eat like whatever.
You're right. He can eat whatever he wants. All that musculature.
I mean, you got to take it easy, like on a carrot.
The carrots on the menu. Apples are on the menu, my good man. All those foods you've missed and you haven't been able to enjoy.
Biting with the front teeth, you don't
with
cut
the
them
front teeth. They're sharp. They'll
I
tear.
know a couple of denture wearers. They never complain.
Why would they complain to you? You're not a dentist. How are you going to fix it? You're going to put them on TV and say, Shazam?
Okay.
But to us.
So they don't like them. I mean, they're,
That's the secret.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Let me show you this health guru here. She's come in as a 10 out of 10, has 0 body fat. 5 a.m. she wakes up in the morning and works out, and her teeth have let her down. The only thing that's unhealthy about her body, and it will travel through her entire system if we don't let it. And we don't fix it and get on it. So we did a full set of teeth for her. And now maybe the healthiest part of her body is her smile. So your fitness guru, everything that you can handle, but let us make you happy. If your body's already a temple, let us make your smile be that temple as well.
Very
nice.
nice.
Show you this one, and here's
and by the way, Dr. Gillespie, we are running short on time. Probably have 2 months left, so I'm going to rush you through these photos.
Perfect.
But this is good stuff. Okay.
All right, so let me show you a last couple more. This lady was missing those apples I just showed you, and actually brought one with her. So dentures were a reality on her plate. We said, no, let's go the other route. That's why she came for us. When we gave her that full set of upper teeth to test it, exactly what you just said. She bit into her apple the day we cemented her teeth.
That's got to be scary.
Oh, it wasn't scary. She had her eyes light up. She looked like Johnny.
Wait, on the day you gave her new teeth,
Johnny Appleseed.
She bit an apple.
So I want to show you the boss here. This is one of those guys that's so common with our patients. Taking care of everyone else except for you, doing the sacrifices, everyone else is first in the family, works hard, he owns his company, and the teeth, and taking care of himself. I know patients out there can resonate with this. It is finally your time.
Okay.
It's your time to take care of you. The before and afters there, give him a full smile. If I can slide the next one to you, very affordable. If you have genetics where your teeth are weak, even your gums are weak, implants and what we do for our patients with these full arch smiles can make your teeth and your situation so much better from eating and nutrition. There is no age limit. If I can show you this next one. There's no price, there's no age. We view at the Dental Implant Center in my office as your smile is priceless. She's one of those patients that got to enjoy the quality of life in her latter years. To me, it's so worth it.
By the way, do these patients know that you're the president of the Implant Society?
Probably not.
You don't tell them?
It's just to take care of them. I'm their doctor. At the end of the day, I want to make them happy and fix them up. This guy's a very faith-based gentleman. who came in and said as soon as we fixed his teeth, he was going to go to the front row of church because he has been hiding in the back. He knows the reverend personally. He knows the hymn leader personally. And he said, I need to get myself right with these two men, with my belief and with my faith. And it was so warming to me that I know that next Sunday, he was going to be in the front row of church. And I want patients to lead their life in the front row. If it's the front row of anything you're passionate about, a concert, a political party, or anything like that, you be in the front row and let us make your teeth live you the front row life. Only a couple more. And this is my thoughts on having the smile that you want. This is my thoughts on what we can change with that bite and that look, and it makes patients
big
10,
difference. 20
years younger. There's a male with that smile. Here's a female with that smile. Fountain of youth, essentially found through our implant dentistry. Defy your age, have that experience of eating, chewing, and loving life. My last one for you here, we can do that for older patients, or we can do it for younger patients. And this young lady, just a stunning woman.
It's a pretty smile.
Ready to go travel, ready to go see the world, and do it with her new teeth and her new smile.
Okay, good. We're out of time. But, okay, a couple things to know, that experience matters in this.
That's right, it does.
Because, I mean, and I talk to you like this because you're like the trainer, you're the instructor worldwide for the Mini Implant Society, because, I mean, you're the president of the thing. And so you say it doesn't cost more to go to a guy like you.
Come visit us.
And if they are going to go somewhere else, because there's guys breaking into the business.
That's right.
Can you ask them, like, how many have you done? Because that's an uncomfortable situation
to
ask
I would.
somebody.
Am I your first case would be a question on my mind. Certainly not the case in our office. We've been doing it for 20 years, waving in Charleston, also in the Myrtle Beach area, and moving.
You have several offices.
Moving to Savannah now, so we'll be all over the Southeast coast.
People travel distances to see you.
Furthest is Maryland.
Really?
Flew from Maryland to Charleston, South Carolina to have their teeth done.
Is that right?
So I haven't gone international yet, but I hope to. Someday.
So no more dentures.
The dentures are
and
a thing of
mini
the past.
implants are effective.
We have these great success rates, as same success as anything else out there, at a better price, easier, faster for you, more affordable, and results that you've seen here unmatched.
Okay, you said this before. You think that the other implants, the big ones, are old-fashioned.
That's what I call them. That's how I view them. They're also more expensive. They take longer to heal, more surgery. That scary stuff all pops up. I do those in my office. They're just a small percentage. And really, what's so important is the Dental Implant Center, we view your smile as priceless. So we want to find that price point that makes it a yes for you. Come in, visit, take advantage of a free 30-minute consultation. Don't worry. We will not judge. We're on your side, and we want to have these great tears of joy success stories together.
And if they're watching right now,
come on
with no teeth, next week they could have teeth that don't come out.
Let's get that scheduled right now. Put you on the books.
Okay. All right. Always a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you, Randy. Good stuff. God bless.
You've been watching the Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez for now. I wish you could help.
Thanks for watching the Wellness Hour, the leader in medical news with your host, Randy Alvarez, the authority on health issues.